Okay, so today I will be doing a tutorial for New Game Plus story speedruns in Horizon Zero Dawn. So first things first, you go to New Game Plus and you select the story difficulty. Pretty straightforward. Now timing in this run starts after you skip this first cutscene. So the second that you press square if you're using a PlayStation controller, or you skip the cutscene using whatever button you're using on PC, that is when timing starts. So this first cutscene, I pause it, and usually I'll have a timer like live split open, and I'll try to sync up the skip button press with the timer starting. So I'll go like 3, 2, 1, I press square, and then the timer starts. So, first things first, weapons. What do I have equipped? I have a Storm Slinger that has max handling pretty much. So 3 handling coils, Adept Storm Slinger that you only get by doing New Game Plus. It's an Adept Storm Slinger with handling as the primary and damage as the secondary. So it has high handling, like 60% plus, and damage as the secondary. And you can farm for coils using the method that Elk's video has. If you look on YouTube, like Easy Coil Farm, there's a mission, Hammer and Steel, which you can farm coils for. I have a Adept Lodge Blast thing. It has 3 untested weapon coils. It's actually better if they are these pristine weapon coils, because you get handling, but I'm lazy and I don't want to run that much. So the important thing is that 51% damage, and if you can get a secondary handling, that'd be good. Handling, and I have 1 more handling coil because I'm maxed out on damage, so 63% handling. Now the Adept Striker Bow. 3 pristine weapon coils, that is very important, and a handling coil with damage as a secondary. And then finally an Ice Rail with 3 pristine weapon coils. And you can get the pristine weapon coils in the Frozen Wilds. Okay, that's all the weapons I use. And then I use Shield Weaver throughout. You don't really have to worry about your health that much in New Game Plus story. It's very unlikely you'll die from, combat or anything like that. The only way you'll die usually is by falling. Okay. So. Oh yeah, skills. That's the other one. I have all the skills except for I don't have long roll. Short roll is the quickest way to move in Horizon Zero Dawn, and long rolling makes it harder. I don't have Hunter's Reflexes because that slows down time, and it slows down your speedrun, especially in the beginning when we get to the corrupted zones, you'll see. Okay, so like I said, rolling's the quickest, short rolling. So you roll at the beginning and you head over to Rost here.
He said we'd go hunting this morning. Why isn't he
Pretty
here?
standard stuff.
Where's he gone to?
You're trying to skip dialogue as quickly as possible. On the Horizon Zero Dawn speedrunning page, there's a guide for how to
Just standing there. What's going on with him?
sprint rolling is the quickest. Yeah, short sprint rolling. So you want to skip dialogue, and there's a guide on the Horizon Zero Dawn speedrunning page for the quickest dialogue options.
I've got what I need.
Okay, so after talking to Rost, you can't fast travel while you're in the air, or while you're falling from jumping specifically. So if you're in the air, just wait until you land, then open up the map, and instead of fast traveling over here, which is, the closest, you would think the closest to Rost, you want to fast travel down here to this main embrace gate. Now, after you come down to this main embrace gate, you want to restart from save. And what this will do is this will teleport you right next to Rost.
There he is.
See, so we end up right here. And the Horizon Zero Dawn speedruns are timed based on without loads, or timed without loads. So that means that if you can restart from save, or if you have some way of fast traveling, that is quicker and cuts off actual game time, in-game time playing, then that's quicker to do. So then you talk to Rost,
Wait.
Good night.
and you go and you quick save this campfire. And then you skip this cutscene, and you start heading over here.
What sort of beast was that?
The tribe calls it a sawtooth.
You want to make sure you aim here, because or else you'll take fall damage. And the most important part of that is you'll have a fall damage animation, which will slow you down. So if you're aiming your weapon, it'll cancel the fall damage animation. So you short roll all the way until this cutscene, and you skip it.
I should stay
And a lot of people will shoot it once to alert the Sawtooth, so it'll charge at you. And so it gets closer to you, so you don't have to roll all the way over. And you just Storm Slinger it to death. Skip that cutscene, talk to Ross.
I'll s-
And then you fast travel up to Mother's Heart. And then you roll over here and you talk to Ross.
So, look for. You should
But
be.
I-
For you.
How could you do this?
And then you fast travel back to Mother's Heart. And it'll instantly trigger the cutscene of you talking to yourself. Skip 2 cutscenes. And you roll over and you go talk to Teb.
Aloy! It is.
Are you?
Tab is.
What's
God damn. Well, every. Anyway, you know.
Dude.
Yeah, I'd.
Sometimes you can get held up here, so you gotta make sure, you know, if there are a lot of NPCs in the way, you can't roll past them, you're gonna have to jump around them. But usually you just want to roll all the way up until you get to this, trigger this cutscene, and then you gotta make sure you scan Olin first. So you gotta scan Olin with your focus, and then you can go and talk to him.
What's?
Polly.
Wait.
No.
And this one is bottom right is quickest, and then bottom left.
Yeah, I'm.
I thought.
She got any.
Then you go over here, and this is the quicker way to the proving ceremony. You skip across here, and you head over towards Tearsa. Then trigger this cutscene. All those are the same amount of time, doesn't matter which option you use, because you can skip it.
I have some.
And then you jump across here because it's quicker. And then you go over and up and towards Resh. Go and talk to Bast.
So this is
Bottom left. Well, any of the options I think are equivalent in time, but I always choose bottom left. And you roll back and make sure you go to sleep. And then because we time based on loadless, without loads, it's important to try to get this pause screen here where it says loading, because that doesn't count towards your time. But if the cutscene's just playing, it will count towards your time. So you want to pause that cutscene as quickly as you can to get the loading up. Okay, then you switch to bombs here. You roll over, you kill these grazers and you loot them. Loot one of them. Skip that cutscene. Go over here, kill another grazer. And then you restart from save. Now I'm running on PS5 right now, which is a lot quicker from restarts for save and for fast traveling. PC is even quicker than that if you have an SSD, but
I've gotta catch up.
just something to know.
Gotta catch up.
Slow and steady now. All you need is to finish.
Okay,
That makes all but one.
so this is just more standard rolling
She was behind me.
and climbing. Now coming up ahead, there's a skip that you can do. There's the standard way,
Now.
follow this path,
I can't see.
and you climb up there. Now, let me get and you climb up here, and then you go over here. Now the other way to do it is you go over, you hop off this snowbankment onto this tree. And it's a little tricky because you can die because there's death balls everywhere. So let's see if I can get it. Oh, no, and I killed myself. So that's the problem with it, is it's something that you would need to practice a lot. in order to execute on, but it does save a bit of time. If you don't get it right, you know, if you fail, you die like I did, then it loses you time because you get transported all the way back there. So you jump short or high up on the tree, you fall back down, and then you make sure you sprint and you jump on that log. Then you hop over here and you wait until you're around here, and once you're around here you can restart from save and it'll teleport you ahead. Boom, to over here. So instead of this long animation where you rappel down, you want to go immediately over to your left and up onto this ridge. Now, you can run forward, don't jump, but run forward, and if you land around there-ish, you'll take fall damage, but you won't die. If you land elsewhere, you can die. The other way to do it that's safer is you can go down to that middle pillar first, and then jump over. So I'm going to try to do the sprint method. And see, I died. But it is possible to sprint without dying. And then I'll do the other method now, which is you fall down here, and then you just jump. And see, and now you're down here. Now instead of following this path like they're all doing, you want to hop on this rock, sort of like Skyrim hop up, keep on hopping up, until you get onto this structure. Alright, now we're going along this structure. This is called the proving skip here, what I'm doing. Now you hop off to the side, you run, you jump across this little crevice, ravine, and then you roll over into here. And then you hop onto this rock structure. Keep on hopping. Hop up here. Up. Over. Up again. Hop across this little gap. And then once you get up high enough, it'll automatically trigger this cutscene for the proving. Now you skip this cutscene. You equip your bow and you just start shooting. And on story, you know, it's sort of
Too many of them.
your arrows sort of magically attract. Now you can get proximity bombs and you can lay them out for where they're going to be. You didn't see how that killed one of them, and sometimes it saves a bit of time. But when you're first starting out, you know, you can. And they're guaranteed to spawn in certain places. So the more you do the proving, the more you'll be like, okay, this guy spawns over here, or this guy spawns over here. Some more proximity bombs. Kills the machine gun. Now you want to head over to this rock so that the leader will jump down. You see how he jumped down right now? Because you have to loot him to end the proving quest. And then you loot him. Then you pause again. With the loading screen. Skip this when it's available. Roll forward and over to the right. Cutscene will play. Skip it. Keep on rolling forward, go through the door. Go through the door once more.
I'm picking up some kind of signal.
And then you want to head into this room over here
There.
and pick up your things. And the cutscene will trigger and you skip it.
Are you saying I was born inside the mountain?
Now, this part of the run, you can't really do anything. Tirsa's really slow. She's going to follow you, and there's not much you can do. There's no way to speed it up. So what I do is, sometimes there's a glitch where Tirsa can jump ahead of you, which will slow you down. So she'll come over here, she'll talk to you, there'll be some cutscenes. After the cutscene, sometimes she'll spawn over here, which is not good. That loses you like 15-20 seconds. So what I will do is a lot of time I will stand over here to the left of the door and then talk to Tirsa, and that prevents her from glitching. So skip the 3 cutscenes and see she's right here next to me instead of jumping and teleporting ahead. Now I switch to this ice rail that I talked about earlier that you get in the Frozen Wilds. You can also do it with a bow. You don't need to switch to ice rail for this this little strat.
How was the war party defeated?
Triple hardpoint arrows work as well.
So the killers got away?
And now you can't go past this line here. This like grate, or else this guy, it'll trigger a cutscene which will lose you time, and this guy will talk to you. You have to wait until Tirsa
Then, what's your plan?
It says, you know, the High Matriarchs are waiting for you. Follow me.
Show you where you were born and loose you.
To follow the destiny All Mother intended for you. And
The other high matriarch.
the other High Matriarchs are waiting. Once that happens, you can start rolling forward. It triggers a cutscene. Choose the bottom left text option, and then you go.
Nora Faithful. We will
Now you roll over here, and there's two ways of doing this. So you can go over here to the left. This is the safer way. It's a little slower though. And you can roll down onto that piece of rock, and then roll down over there. The other way to do it, which is a little quicker sometimes, is you can go over here, you can slide,
Easy.
and then aim to cancel the damage animation. But if you don't slide, if you just fall off, you'll die from the fall damage, which will lose you a lot of time as well. So it's a little riskier. Now you just sprint roll over to talk to Resh. And you choose the top right and the left dialogue, then the left dialogue option.
If he reps,
And I.
Skip this cutscene. Then from over here, you go to this wooden pile. You jump on the wooden pile. Jump out into the right and on top of that platform until you get up here.
Get in position.
And then you aim at this.
Here it comes.
Oh shoot, I missed it. That's weird. Let me see if I can restart from save and get it again. Okay, yeah. So you hop over here, like I said, up here, up here. Oh,
Gotta get in
shit.
position.
Oh no, I alerted them. Oops. Let's try that one more time. I'll do the single hardpoint arrow this time.
Today we fight a curse, a demon. Oh, mother, give us strength.
Won't be long. Gotta
Okay,
get
once
in
they break through the door,
Here it comes.
then you shoot it in that weak point, and then you restart from save right after you kill it. And then it'll spawn the dead Corruptor right there, and you just roll over and you loot it.
How'd you
Skip this cutscene,
Ex-
spam X while you're talking to Teb, and then you fast travel over here to the main embrace gate, and then you call him out.
It worked. It's not straight.
Okay, you hop on the mount,
I can test over there.
the gate will change right in front of you, you come through the gate.
Bring it closer.
Skip this cutscene, talk to Brawl, bottom left dialogue option,
the war, you might.
I should try overriding.
hop back on the mount, and you get going.
Probably can't ride them all, but it might be useful. My whole life. All of it may embrace.
Now, mounts in this game are a little bit odd. Sometimes, if there's like another animal or another robot on the path, or enemy on the path, they'll do weird things. They'll only appear where you're not looking. So if you want to control your mount spawn, like you want it to spawn in front of you instead of behind you and try to save some time, you want to be looking in the opposite direction of where you're going. So for example, if I wanted it to spawn on the road in front of me, I would look back here and call it.
Is that Eclipse next to it?
So now you continue along this path,
My focus is picking up some kind of signal. Maybe
and you're gonna head to the Massacre Site. So see, there's these striders in the way, and it leads my mount to do sort of weird stuff like that. The main things you want to avoid are getting knocked off your mount, which can happen if a larger machine or medium-sized machine like a Ravager or Sawtooth attacks you while you're on it, or a Stormbird attack. You cross this river and you head over here. Now you hop off your mount, and you hop up this rock here, like that. And then once you see that updated main quest appear, go to the Massacre Site, you restart from save. And the methods I'm showing you here are definitely faster on PS5. I don't know if they're faster on PS4 for the restart from save. You examine the Corruptor. You can X through the dialogue to make it happen quicker. You examine a Corrupted Watcher, and then that's all you need to do. Now you need to hurry and try to get out of here as quick as possible, and hop on your mount again.
I'm gonna find what you've seen.
You need to get on the mount before the investigate the battlefield gets crossed off. And if you do that and then you restart from save, your mount will spawn with you in here, which is usually not supposed to be able to go. You ride it, you hop off, you talk to this guy, And this saves, you know, maybe 10, 15 seconds at least. Because you're able to instantly get on your mount instead of having to climb back up. And then you hop on your mount again, and you continue on. Now you switch to your blast sling. Another thing about mounts is if there's one that you called or that you control has been overridden, that's close enough to you, like let's say it's 100 or 200 meters away, using the game's distance, when you call for a new one, it'll call your existing controlled one. So what you have to do is you have to aggravate or destroy your old mount. So that way it doesn't lead you to a ton of time loss. Because if I didn't destroy my mount here, then it would have to come all the way from the other side of this settlement. So you hop off this mount around here. Once this settlement discovered pops up, you bomb it, and you see how it's aggressive towards me now. You open your map twice, and you fast travel to this campfire. Now opening up your map twice is important because campfires don't populate normally the first time you open it up. They populate very slowly. If you open it up twice in rapid succession, they'll populate, and you'll be able to fast travel to them. So you roll forward, you talk to Maria, and then you head out the other side. And you get ready to call another mount. And like I said, they're not going to spawn where you can see. So instead of whistling and looking that way, I always make sure my camera's pointed back here, and then I whistle. And you see how it spawned over there right in front of me? Much better spot. Now I switch over to hard points personally, but you can have options here. You can use a few fire arrows, also works. And it might be easier, because then you don't have to hit somewhere specific. So for example, or Storm Slinger could also work. You just run, shoot them. And if I had Hunter's Reflexes... Oh, God. If I had Hunter's Reflexes, which is the slow down time one skill, then right there while I'm riding on my mount and shooting, it would slow down time. And that would lose you, 5 seconds, 10 seconds there, and lose you another 5 or 10 seconds up on the other side of the hill. Which is not what you want, which is part of the reason why we don't run with Hunter's Reflexes on. If you want to slow down time, if you need it for helping aim, like in improving sometimes, or during other moments, we have concentration, maxed out concentration as a skill, so you can just press R3 and slow down time that way. Okay, so for this one, you absolutely want to use Storm Slinger. You follow the path I'm currently following, you go up this hill, you don't follow the quest marker quite. And you come along to the second corrupted zone, and you just shoot everybody with the Storm Slinger again. See, it all lined up nicely for me there.
Corrupted watchers.
And see, then I got knocked off my thing. Alright. Oop. That can happen sometimes too, so you gotta be careful about that. Is if the, sorry, excuse me. If the mount is exposed to too much corruption, it can become hostile towards you again, and you'd have to call a new one, which will lose you time. So then you follow, on PlayStation, this is the way you do it. You follow up here. And go over this little hill, and then you wait for this bandit camp prompt to appear on the screen. And once it does, you restart from save. Now on PC, if you restart from save here, your mount will not spawn with you, so you try to call a mount as quickly as possible. I don't know why, but on PlayStation your mount does spawn. So then you just turn around and you ride up to Day Tower, to the Carja Border fort. And you use your Storm Slinger again to kill all the machines down there. And what I did there was I made sure that my mount was, if you fire Storm Slinger fast, if you fire it fast enough and you do it for a long enough sustained period, your mount will become aggravated towards you because you do damage. And I do that because now we roll down here. And you call them out. Now it's important you do, the mount call there is pretty tricky. It's important you do it when I did it and where I was looking, because if you don't do it in time, Aloy will start this long dialogue where you can't call him out because Aloy can't whistle while she's talking. So you can't call him out during this entire long dialogue, which slows you down a ton and loses a lot of time. And if the mount spawns behind you, in right next to the gates of Day Tower, that's bad too. It loses you a lot of time. You need it to spawn in front of you. So, another option to that, alternative to that, is to simply get on your mount back at Day Tower. Not, not destroy it. Call another mount if you did destroy it. Hop on your mount and just ride through Day Tower. Ride through that little beginning section of the fort. And that's the safer thing, because you can't really screw that up. So now you're just on a long ride to Meridian. There's nothing special about this entire section. The Stormbird there will, at the beginning, will usually get aggravated, but usually you can outrun it. It's pretty unlucky if you get hit by it. And you just go almost all the way to Meridian. So, this is a good part of the YouTube video to fast forward through if you want to. Because there's nothing special happening here. The only other things I would say is it's important to have your mount call. So you see the bottom left corner of the screen, I have, I can do this alert whistle, I have potions and stuff, but I don't use potions in story. And I have the mount call. It's important you have the mount call highlighted. Because then you don't have to fiddle around with it after you fast travel. Because when you fast travel, you get that black screen at the beginning. And you can mount call immediately. A lot of times, which is important after you fast travel. So for example, after this Meridian split, you fast travel out to head towards Excavation Site, and you want to call them out right after you spawn in, after the fast travel. Alright. So you continue along. You want to make sure you have the complete edition of Horizon Zero Dawn, the one with the Frozen Wilds DLC. If you're on PC, that's the only version. If you're on PlayStation, you want to make sure you have the Frozen Wilds DLC. But a little quirk of it is that it slows you down right here. This guy with the blue exclamation point. In the base version of the game, he doesn't exist, and you don't get slowed down arbitrarily during this one section. But it is far quicker to have all the Frozen Wilds weapons, like the Storm Slinger, than it is to not. Okay, you hop off your mount. Go and climb. This is what I do. You can watch some other like Elk's vid to see how he gets in. But get through all that stuff. Sprint roll. And you keep on sprint rolling all the way, short rolling, until you get towards this guard. And once you get around this guard, you'll see that Settlement Discovered Meridian pops up, and then you can fast travel to that icon.
Stop right in the
And then it triggers this cutscene immediately after you fast travel. Then you choose the top left, top right option, dialogue option, sorry, twice, and then the bottom left.
I don't. Okay. I need.
Okay.
Now you just roll over here to the left,
Hey, come back.
and then you go over to the crowd here, which is yelling. You skip this cutscene, hop forward and to the right, and then you're at Olin's place.
Here we
You
are.
don't follow Aaron around in this circuitous route. You have to focus scan that, open it up with triangle. You hop up this ladder, press triangle twice to push these ingots, and you skip the cutscene. Once again, you aim to stop the fall damage from happening. Examine the journal, examine the map on the wall, and then you have to use your focus to scan the hologram cutscene.
No doubt now. Olin knew I was targeted. A map.
And then you skip the hologram cutscene and you go talk to Aaron. So you scan this, skip it, talk to Aaron, roll and talk to Aaron. Right
Wait.
dialogue option,
Don't act.
and then you open up the map really quickly, and you fast travel to this campfire. Okay, and you call your mount right after you spawn in, like I did. You hop on and you start riding over. And a lot of times when I'm riding over here, I'll refill on ammo because, as you can see, my Stormslinger ammo is pretty low, and I need a lot of it for this upcoming fight. Doesn't really matter when you do it, as long as you do it before the fight happens. So I'm going to refill on ammo here. There are certain times in the run, mainly at Maker's End, at Grave Hoard, at Gaia Prime, where you can refill on ammo, and it won't slow you down. It won't lose you time. And the reason for that is those have mandatory dialogue cutscenes or holograms that you're watching, and the dialogue does not slow down while you're reloading. But like if I'm riding here and I open up my menu, you see how it slows me down when I'm riding. So that does lose you a little bit of time. Okay, now you head over here to the right. So I'm here on the map, and you head over to the right. It saves you a little bit of time the way I'm going.
Fascinating, if they weren't looking for me.
Sadly, we're in the middle of a dust storm, so it might be a little harder to see where I'm going normally, but we ride forward and go over this ridge. And you pop out here. Now I'm going to head up this little piece of dirt. So here's where I'm at on the map. And you see how there's this campfire here. Now, it's important that you activate this campfire before you go into Excavation Site. That'll save you some time when you're coming out the other end. So all you have to do that is you ride over. You're going to alert these guys in the middle. And then you ride away. You come back, and this is the entrance to Excavation Site that I use. Roll forward, you hop up, climb up, roll down. And you have this cutscene with Silence, you skip it, skip talking to him. Okay, you open up you roll forward a little bit, you open up your Stormslinger and you let it rip.
Kill her!
Kill both,
You had your chance.
but you killed both of the Corruptors pretty quickly. And then you... Why is that guy not done? Okay, then you choose your hard points after you get done with the guys on the ground. And then you call your mount after you kill everybody, and all that's left is talking to Olin. Then you go and talk to Olin.
I promise.
Choose the top right option twice, bottom right once, top left once, then bottom left, then top right, yeah. Or top left, sorry.
Then the rest. I didn't.
You skip all that, Olin will walk away, then you hop on your mount, which is right here. You open up the map twice, you populate the campfire, and you fast travel. And that is a lot quicker than killing all the Eclipse, and then getting into Excavation Site a little quicker because you didn't have to, go and get a campfire. But then killing all the Eclipse and having to roll your way out of there and call them out outside is way slower than what I just did. So that should save you some time. Then over here you can use your hard points if you like. It doesn't really matter as long as you're able to kill these guys. But a lot of times I'll use Stormslinger or something. What's that? Where's the other one? Oh, it's over here. You hop off.
I'm glad
Damn
that's
it.
over with. Thanks for the help.
And you go and you talk to Aaron.
Right.
Now, if Aaron is not like somewhere where you can find him, sometimes he won't be near the machines that you're fighting. You can restart from save, and then he'll populate fairly close to you. But I only do that if he's missing, which can happen. All right, you hop on your mount, you keep on riding. You'll get knocked off here when this dialogue happens. Why would Ursa?
Doesn't make sense.
A little bit after he says, "I don't know, it doesn't make sense," you call your mount again. Ayla would say, "Is this Shadow Carja territory?" After she finishes saying that, oh god, that's not. After she finishes saying, "Is this Shadow Carja territory?" then you can hop back on your mount. You can't do it any earlier. There's something about the way dialogue works in this game where it'll knock you off your mount if it's certain lines of dialogue. So you hop off, you examine only the thicket, nothing else, and it'll trigger the cutscene. And you skip the cutscene and you hop back on your mount. And then you start heading up the hill. Switch to proximity bombs, which are these things. And then once you get here, you'll automatically be knocked off your mount. And you just roll back and you hop back on. Okay, so a lot of times, usually you'll you know, sprint with your mount forward, but what you want to do is you want to aim and you want to shoot proximity bombs into these bushes. So I'll get my mount going. I think it's that furthest bush, but that's because the Ravager, skip this cutscene, you shoot these guys. The Ravager will spawn. Okay. One of the Ravagers will spawn over there, and sometimes those proximity bombs take him out. It depends on, you know, sometimes he doesn't spawn in the exact same place every time, but usually you can take him out. These Ravagers will spawn, you just shoot him to death. And then the other guy. Sadly, that one did not spawn in the right place. Skip this cutscene, you call your mount, you examine the weapons. The rocks.
Those rocks are shattered.
The leather strap.
Something hit these stones. Something I've never seen before. What are those leather straps?
And you go up there and you examine that weapon. The sound weapon.
Rock with blood on it. Looks like you could mount some equipment on
The tripod.
there.
And after she finishes her dialogue with the tripod, you can restart from save. And then you roll back and to the right a little bit, and you can talk to Aaron, which will trigger another cutscene, which you skip. Skip this cutscene, you go and find your mount, you hop on, you open, and you fast travel. And that's Ambush. And now we head off to Maker's End. So once you get to the bottom here, this is where I am. You want to cross directly across the river. Even though it's pretty slow to go through the fjord, through the water, it is a lot quicker than any other alternative. Here's one place you can get knocked off your mount. Sometimes these Ravagers will get aggravated. Hopefully we can avoid them attacking us. It's fine if they shoot you on New Game Plus Story, but if they lunge at you, it can knock you off your mount, lose a decent amount of time. Okay, good. So we're not going to get attacked by them. Now you just follow the path. Oopsie daisies. Okay, so coming up here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to follow this path until you see this campfire discovered pop up. So you'll see machine site discovered broadhead. Boom, campfire discovered. Then you want to head 90 degrees to the right, and you want to head over these little hills past these tramplers. This is the quickest way to get them. And then you continue on this path all the way until you get close to Maker's End. So a few things to know about Maker's End. There's a lot of skips you can do there. I cannot do the bomb jump skip, which, you know, like world record holders usually do for this category. But if you want to see how to do that, you should just watch the world record. Oops. You want to make sure you follow the path first off, but you should watch the world record run when he gets to Maker's End Aussie and what he does with bomb jumps to climb up Maker's End to the top of the tower. Because I cannot do that. There's a few skips in Maker's End other than that. There's one here at the beginning I'll show you, which triggers the Deathbringer fight a lot quicker than the alternative. So normally, if you play this game, you know, just casually, you have to fight through all of these different people. To get to the Deathbringer at the end, you have to fight through this Eclipse Base. There's Corruptors and corrupted machines and other Eclipses. But here, we skip all that. You just follow this path until you get to around here. And then you go past this little crater. I usually go to the right of the crater, but you follow these metal poles until you're over here. Boom. Then you keep on the mount. Walk along this wooden path, go down here and up and to the left until you get to this hunk of rocks, and you climb up the left side of the rocks, and then you go over here, and you're looking for this outcropping, the metal, you know, rod with the bamboo or wood. You hop on the wood here, you hop on this metal rod, and then you're going to run and jump out into the left and up, so you end up in sprint jump, so you end up on that piece of rock. So I messed up that time, so I'm going to hop back on here. Okay. Now you're going to continue forward. And you're going to want to get on this metal railing. And then hop across. So it's important. Usually you're over here. You want to hop onto this metal outcropping here before you hop onto this piece of stone. And you roll and you hop over top of this. And then you're here. Now you kill this guy and it'll trigger the fight. And then you just let the storm slinger rip. And you take out your bow and you just start shooting. And you spin around and you shoot this guy. And you shoot that guy. Once they're all dead, you restart from save. And the reason you do that is because the Deathbringer can interfere with looting the Eclipse Officer, which is who you actually need to loot to move the story forward. So then you'll spawn right in front of this guy, you'll loot him, skip the cutscene, and you'll head in. Now it's important here, after you head in, to wait until it says, "Greetings, Dr. Sobek," because if you fall down the chute too early, it'll soft lock the game. So it says, "Dr. Sobek." You have to wait until that voice comes up before you can fall down. And once again, I'm aiming with my weapon in order to stop the fall damage animation and save some time. So you're over here. So normally you'd go over here, you'd climb up, but instead we're going to hop on top of this little pedestal, we hop on top of this Deathbringer leg, and we hop onto this Deathbringer. And you run forward and jump over here. And you hop up. Now, normally you would climb over here, which you can do, it's much safer, it's the easier thing to do, and I'd recommend it if you're first starting out. The other option is to hop into here. So that's like aim. You aim over to the side, you'll land on the ledge there, and you can roll into it. And you hop up here, you can crouch, and jump forward. And climbing in this game is extremely slow, and it'll skip all the climbing. So you go to the left immediately, you hop into this elevator shaft, and you climb up. And this is just standard climbing, there's nothing to it. Okay, so one thing Ozzy does is he goes over here. You don't have to do this. This is actually quite difficult. He hops in here. Oops. I'm just showing you this is an option. And he hops up until he can grab that thing up there. But as you can see, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. Like that. Now your alternative, which is what I do in actual runs, because that's too risky, I could lose a lot of time. So I just roll around and I go and I climb up normally over here. But as you can see, climbing is pretty slow and it's a little convoluted, so you roll and you jump, which just sends you further than the alternative. So if I just sprint and then I jump, I'm not going to be able to make it. See, it automatically doesn't let me get to that top, and it takes a couple extra seconds. So this is just something you got to practice, but you get close to it, you roll, and you jump. Boom. And it lets you grab the top one. Now it's just box standard climbing. Now, this is where the bomb jumps normally happen. I'm not going to do them. You can look those up. You roll through that little opening gap. You hop up to here. You go up and to the right. So you can skip those two handholds, that saves you a little bit of time. Go over here, you hop onto this guy. Hop straight up, that's quicker than hopping off to the right. You hop over here, I run, sprint, roll, jump, boom. Run, sprint, roll, jump, boom. So both of those I skipped one thing of climbing that I would have had to do normally. And then you climb up. You climb straight up here, you don't go through that doorway. Keep on climbing. Now there's something here called Fleur Skip, named after the guy who found it. And I'm going to do it, but normally you would just climb up these three handholds and boom, you're at the top of Maker's End. But another thing you can do to save some time dialogue-wise is you can hop up here and you can run up. But if you die, it's really annoying. Like that. Because then it'll spawn you all the way back. Here. Loses you like, nope, don't mind that. It loses you like, I would say 40 plus seconds, maybe 45 seconds if you mess it up. One more time. I'll just sprint jump and show you guys. Okay. So we're still climbing. Let's see if I can get Fleur Skip this time. What a lot of people do is they might create a manual save somewhere near here to practice, you know, climbing up Maker's End on PlayStation. On PC, there's saves for it you can get. So you hop up over here, you climb up, you hop over here. That's Fleur Skip. And what this does is,
Made it.
so you start the dialogue. If you climbed up the normal way, you'd start the dialogue too. It spawns right here. This is a good chance during the run to take a break if you need to go to the restroom, do other things.
Elizabeth, good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal
Now
team,
see,
Ted?
No need. I dropped all 18
when they're doing
losses.
dialogue like that, you can reload in the midst of the dialogue and it won't lose you time.
I assume your data confirms this.
Alright, this promises to be interesting.
But when they're done talking,
Perhaps we
you,
could have lunch brought in.
you should wait to reload,
You know, get reacquainted.
because that will lose you
I know
time
you,
if they're not
Ted.
talking.
You've screwed something up, something big, or
So
you
see,
wouldn't
everything's
have eaten the
reloaded
crow
now.
necessary to get me here. So spit it out.
So now you just wait.
There's
If you want to,
in the chariot line.
and you want to take like a restroom break or something, you can set your focus up again like over here,
So
put your
shut up,
controller down, or leave your PC, and it'll automatically read the second hologram. And I'll do that now.
Telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted.
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone.
Show you an example.
Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek.
So Aloy will talk, and then the next thing will spawn. I don't have my hands on my controller. Boom.
This isn't a glitch.
Now, what the Fleur Skip allows you to do is skip. You can see how Aloy talked for a little bit there.
It's bad.
She's like, "Oh, Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here,
It's
but
not
they hated
bad,
each other."
Ted. It's apocalyptic.
Fleur Skip allows you to skip that little line of Aloy dialogue that she'll have.
That
So now that you
biomass
did
as
this,
fuel,
In emergencies.
you hop down
and you make
here,
them capable of-
and you wait out right over here. You don't get any closer to these handholds, because that's what triggers the dialogue from Aloy. So now you just wait, and when Aloy starts her dialogue after the hologram is over, then you roll over until you're next to the handholds, and it'll cut. She'll say a few good handholds, and you wait until the quest completes at the top left, and another hologram appears, and then you restart from save. So that's what I'm going to do.
Faro robot. My way up.
So you hear that a final file thing, and then you restart from save. And it'll pop you back up on top, and you just open up your focus immediately and you scan it.
Project Zero Dawn.
Now another thing you can do is you can actually call Mount up here, which will save you a little bit of time, because you don't have to call one after you fast travel.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have
You can walk over here and call him out. It also works, you just go to an edge, so like sometimes I'll do it over there, I'll call him out.
I didn't expect it to be worse
Or I'll
than
do it
this.
over there and I'll call him out.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim.
The mount will
but it's a
populate.
long-way chance.
Usually I walk it over
Now
close
sign
to
the
this door,
proposal.
because that's where the cutscene plays.
Sign it. I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I'm
then you
speaking
wait
to
over here.
from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes,
It's a long
I meet with
cutscene,
General
so.
Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What?
Also, fuck
Are
that
you
Pharaoh, but
crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
Alright.
God forgive me.
And then you talk with Silence, you choose the left odd dialogue option, and then the bottom left.
So or I can't.
You hop on your mount, and then the second you start hopping on, you start the animation. Scroll down to the bottom, and you fast travel to this campfire that's closest to this Warchief's trail. And then if you're on PS4, this loading screen takes like a minute plus, but if you're on PS5 or PC, fairly quick. On PS4, the loading screens are so long you can take a little break, like quickly grab water or something. But PS5, that's not the case. Or at least PS4 with the HDD. So you go down, continue up this trail.
My focus is picking up some kind of signal.
You go over here, where my aim was pointing. Hop across. So you hop across at this crossing in the river. Head up this right-hand side. Go through the woods here and up this little hill, so you can find the campfire where they camped out, the war chief and her merry band. You get off, go over to examine these bandages. Then you hop back on the mount, and you go up here. And then you head along. Some people continue on the mount for a while, but what I do is you go over here, you bomb it, like I said, to make sure it doesn't, so you can spawn a new one. You run, you make sure you sprint jump here so you can hop over that. Without the climbing animation, you sprint jump here so you can hop over that. Then you sprint and you jump over here to this left-hand side. Boom. Then you go over to this Sawtooth Ravager. Skip that cutscene, you talk to Sona, call him out, switch over to your Storm Slinger, hop on the mount, and you head down to this log, you head over this other log, and then you start shooting at this gap in the rocks. Shoot a few. And once that updated main quest appears, you restart from save, and it'll teleport you forward all the way to the zip lines near the ambush, or near the war chief site, and then you just start shooting. Pretty slow. Well, normally you shoot better than that. That was not the greatest shot for me. And you can, if you're still up top, you can restart from save after that. And it'll open you up here, and the war chief will be right over here. Talk to war chief, Sona. You go over here, you scan this data point, and this is another opportunity to reload on ammo.
Over the past month, accidental blaze explosions have killed a dozen men.
Then you go and you want to make sure you kill your mount.
Here in the ring of metal, I've taken the precaution of placing our entire stockpile in a covered shelter, safe from stray sparks and lightning. And I posted guards to control access.
So, or aggravate your mount,
Similar measures.
so that you can
Suffer the consequences.
call another one quickly.
Supply Master Thrawn. Out.
Now you wait, you talk to Sona again.
A blaze stockpile inside. I found some. Damn. There's.
This is where and then you restart from save. And this is where I would split in my run for War Chief. You can watch a run and see where people split. Everybody has their own splits, but I head over here. There's a quicker way to get out of here, but and then you hop up, you get out of there. Get your mount ready, but don't call it yet. You want to get down into this base section. And then, like I said, the mount will spawn where you're not looking. So you want to look back up, and then bang, mount spawn in front of me. See where you'd want it to. And you hop on your mount. I'm going to switch over to arrows here. And continue on your merry way. And start heading towards the campsite. So I'm over here. I cut across here, but some people follow the path for this section. Either way. And then you keep on going. Following the path. And then when you get down to about here, instead of following the path, you cut across the woods over here. So I'm going to cut across the woods now. And so normally in camps, you would go to the rest site, right? You would quick save, you would have a cutscene that plays where you talk to Dervahl, and then you talk to Sona, and then you go after the camps. But here we do the camps first, Ring of Metal and all this other stuff before we go back to that campfire and talk. The problem with that is you don't know when, it doesn't have the quest marker available, and there's no way to have it available, so you can't quite tell when you killed them unless you memorize how many people are there. Or you listen to audio cues. So a lot of times after you kill them all, the music will change from battle music to sort of a calming, more different style of music in the game. So that's another way you can try and tell. But you have to kill all of them in the camps here. Alright, so here's where I'm at. There's a campfire over here that you're going to want to populate. You see this one? And in order to do that, you follow this path, but then you head towards this tank, this old abandoned tank, until the campfire discovered pops up. Then you can head back onto the road. Oops, missed the road. And then you kill this watcher here. Kill this dude over here. And you absolutely, so... Where's the... Okay, that's all of them. So it's the 2 watchers, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4 guys inside of that area. Then you head immediately to the right, and you head straight forward after you kill all of them. Then you take a 90-degree turn over here. You follow this path. Some people, you can also use bombs here if you like and prefer that. Sometimes I prefer that because in story it then identifies all of them with a thing over their head.
Get some cover.
I stay on my mount here so I can... Okay, and that was all done. And then you can hop off your mount if that makes combat easier, or you can stay in your mount and so you can cross over to the other side because you have to do that eventually. A lot of times I'll fall into the water in that camp if I don't stay on my mount. Cross over to the other side and you start shooting these guys. And this one I'll use a bomb, so it'll alert them, but that's good for me because then I can actually see where they're at. See, that shows me where everybody is. Oh, what the frick? See, and that's everybody. So you can use bombs too in some of the sections if you want to alert everybody so you can tell where everybody is. And then you hop, you go 180 degrees behind you, and you head over here. And this is where I'm at. This is where I'm headed. And you see Dervahl and Sonar up there already in the distance. And you hop off your mount and you talk to them. That's how you do camps.
If I
Sound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I split right here, but
Go now. We wait on your signal.
alright, now you roll backwards. Well, it doesn't really matter what you do here because you gotta wait for Vrawl anyway, but you roll over here. Because you are headed over there.
You do have a plan, right?
you followed
I switched to my ice rail.
I thought you trusted me.
I do, but how would you know that this base has a
And I wait for Vrawl.
Patience, Bob.
Nothing you can do here, you just gotta wait for him, and then you gotta press triangle when he's close, and he'll hop you up and over.
Take my hand.
Okay, so we start up here, you go down, I go down.
We're under attack.
This will happen sometimes on PlayStation when you aim to cancel fall damage animation, or it'll zoom in. Head over here, you hop up on this brick, you hop up here.
Spotted something.
And you climb up here. Okay, what you want to do, you want to go over to the right, and you want to aim for that blaze canister off in the distance. And it'll trigger this cutscene way quicker than you would elsewise, instead of having to roll all the way there. Then you skip this one, you switch over to Stormslinger, and you left it again. Oh, what the hell? Okay, and then you go over here. Usually I do it in order, so. And then they'll come out the other side and they'll be populated in the distance. And there's that one guy over here that I missed. And I think that's it. Oh no, there's another dude. Damn. But you kill all these guys, hopefully more efficiently than I've been doing. Okay, that's everybody. Skip this cutscene, you open it twice until this campfire pops in, then you fast travel. Okay, and you call your mount. Okay, and then you can roll up, but you send your mount over here to the left. And then you quick save here, and it triggers this cutscene, which you have to do. And then you skip it. And then you hop on the charger, and you go along your way. And then you head over to Great Hoard. Alright, now, a little bit quicker to cross the river here, where I cross it, than to follow the path up and over. So, go here up to the right, go Mr. Bloodhawk. And then you run back towards the path. And there's another one of these coming up where you head sideways here. Boom. and back on the path. Alright, now in Grave Hoard you head up and to the left. I head to the left over here. To the left of this rock outcropping.
Damn.
And then back on the path here, and you keep on heading up towards Grave Hoard.
Chargers ready to run.
Alright, now when you hear and you see that go to the Grave Hoard get crossed out, on PS5 and PC I'm pretty sure it's quicker to restart from save. And it'll teleport you down to the bottom of that little hill right by the Corruptor. On PS4 I don't think it's quicker to restart from save there. Oop. Roll. And then you hop onto this.
Whatever it was, it seemed to have turned out really well.
Hop onto this one. Down we go. Okay, you head straight over left here, and instead of walking down here and grabbing onto this, you hop over to here, and then you hop over here. So, yep. Boom. A lot quicker. Okay, so for this one, usually you might focus scan it here, right? But it's actually quicker to just memorize it. So this one's up, down, left, right. And what I did when I was first starting out was I would just have it written down somewhere for the puzzles where I could see easily. And then over time you memorize it. This one's up, up, down, down. So I'd have it written down on a piece of paper on the table in front of me or something. And then this one is up, right, left, down. And after the exam and the door gets crossed through and the mission advances, you restart from save and it'll teleport you. So this will teleport you back up near the door, which saves a lot of time. Roll forward, you open the door, so you don't have to climb all the way back up here. And there's a little skip here. Go past all these Eclipse, you don't fight them, don't care about them. So instead of going on this yellow bar here and slow climbing, you jump up and to the left. Oops, I missed it. And you're gonna hop up here. Boom. Then you run, you hop over here, and you're already through to the other side. A lot quicker. Then you activate this. And instead of listening to Silence, realize that Aloy is actually extremely intelligent and knows that Earth is not flat. You go and you collect this little thing, and that way the short dialogue happens and you can open this door immediately. Then you blast, sling that, you skip this cutscene and it'll cancel the fall damage. So you can just walk through no problem, and then you let rip. And you can restart from save there if you want. If you're far enough away from the door, it'll save some time. Otherwise, you can just roll over to the door and bada bing, bada boom, you're done. And then you start this cutscene. Another one where you can reload ammo.
Thank you, Dr. Sobek. You can take a seat. What? You're going to thank her after what she just said? Dr. Sobek has made the situation very clear, General, and given us an option. We should all be thanking her.
Okay, and then you head back. You don't have to do this part. This is more important on like ultra hard and stuff, but you can collect stuff. Or if you're making a new game plus save file and you want more materials. Another great thing is when you're trying to create the save file for New Game Plus Story, I would really recommend you just do runs of the game, because you know it'll get you through the game as quickly as possible, so that you don't have to spend a lot of time, you know, 2 hours plus, like 2.5 hours maybe when you're first starting out on each run, maybe a little more, hopefully, and then you can easily practice while also getting the coils you need. So you pick up all this health and head back. And make sure that the mount option is selected, because after some restarts from save, it might not be.
Now point them to the front. How the hell do we sell that?
You just have to wait for this cutscene, the dialogue to play. There's nothing else you can do. I'm looting for fun to kill the time.
Super weapons program that will save us, so long as humanity holds off the swarm long enough for.
And then this door will open and you climb out.
The file I'm sending contains the war plan for Operation Enduring Victory. War plan? This is a war crime. It may be ugly, but it's something. Consider the alternative. Dr. Sobek, I've secured use of a decommissioned orbital launch base outside Bryce, Utah as the Zero Dawn staging area. Plenty of space.
I think sub 2.5 hours on New Game Plus Story means that you have a pretty good handle of like the mission order and what to do. I think sub 2 hours 15 means that you know some of the strats and you're decent at the combat. And I think sub 2 hours means that you know most of the skips and you know what to do. And sub 150 you're starting to get into it when it comes to skips and combat. For New Game Plus Story times without loads. Skip this, bottom left option. Actually, I don't even know if there's an option. No. Okay, so normally you would take this, you know, line it down. So, but you can't fast travel to Meridian from right where you were originally standing. You have to go over here to the edge of this platform, and then you can fast travel. Boom. This is another really long fast travel if you're on PS4. Okay, so then you roll forward. Whenever I say roll, I mean sprint. Oh, that's didn't populate. Another thing you'll notice speedrunning this game is that there's fairly aggressive LOD load-ins on PlayStation. And normally it's not like that noticeable if you're playing the game casually, because you're not sprint rolling everywhere and doing the quickest movement options, but sometimes you get stuff like that where it's just
All of these people are here to succeed.
potato textures.
Yes. Unpleasant, but that's possible.
Talk to Maren, head back up. Now you wait.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Nothing you can do. And you skip the cutscene when it triggers, and you fast travel back out. And you head over to Eclipse Base. This is another waiting section. Though it's not as long, so you don't really have time to like go to the restroom or something. It's...
What's the sun king?
The most important thing is what it is.
Okay. Skip that, bottom left. And you can go to that one. And remember I had the mount call pre-selected, so you just press down on the D-pad. Okay, and then you hop on the mount and you head over to Eclipse Base. This is another long one where there isn't much to say during most of it. There's a little variation in the travel near the end, but this beginning section, just follow the path for a while. And you cross the bridge. Oh, shoot. You don't do that. I'm reading something else while I'm doing this travel section. Fencing along the path. You can fast forward this part in the YouTube video until I get near the end, close to Eclipse Base.
They've spotted me.
Damn. See, this is the problem with machines in the path. Going. Okay, so instead of falling over here, you cross here. This is where I am. You see I'm cutting out all those zigzags that are on the map. Cross over here. And you hop back on the trail. And then you follow the trail for most of the rest of the way. And you wait until once that, see the go to the location silence indicated crosses off, you restart from save. It'll teleport you forward right in front of the hop off the mount, and you're here at the wall climb to get up to Eclipse Base. So you just climb up this wall, hop on the campfire, or quick save at the campfire, and
Alright, what now?
you're done. Okay, you roll through here. Try not to get hit. Okay, now there's this vine here. You know, hide. And you hop up it. And it's a lot quicker than climbing. So hop up the vine. You hop over up to the right. A lot quicker than climbing up the normal way. But that'll take some practice. This one's easier, you just keep on rolling. Just hop up here. You jump straight over there. And move forward to skip. Okay, now here's gate skip. I'm gonna kill these guys. You don't have to do this. Do not kill them in an actual round, but just to give you guys some time. So, gate skip is hopping on so they don't. You hop on this thing. Then you hop over here, then up and over. Once again, you don't kill these guys normally. Actually, let me see if I can restart from save. See, what you do is you run up this, you jump here, so you jump on top of here, up and over. So let's see if I can get it. Nope, almost had it. This is the problem with doing it.
You'll have to find another way.
And then you hop up and over. So let me see if this populates me back to where I hope it does. So I'll do it one more time, hopefully. Okay, so this is what you do normally. You don't kill any of these guys. You run, you sprint. Ah, shit, I screwed it up. And you hop over like that. And that's gate skip. It's about hopping on top of that little tiki torch pillar and then hopping directly, once you land on that, hop as quickly as you can over to the, climb up this. It's about hopping as quickly as you can up into the little wood outcropping on the gate that I pointed out. Skip these 3 cutscenes. Up here. So a lot of people jump out into the right here.
Great trail.
But you can also just jump normally.
Yeah, you think?
You can jump here, so you skip all that
What do
climbing.
you think I'm
But
doing?
watch out, because
Taking
you
a
can
nap?
kill yourself if you do the jump
Oh.
wrong. Then you climb this normally. And then instead of continuing on after this, you hop over into this little stone ledge here. And then you hop up. So what you're aiming for is to land on this flat piece of rock. Boom. And then you hop up here. Now you run onto this wooden plank and you hop across. Boom. Then you roll forward until you get to the other side. And if you have a hard time with any of these, Elkin is ultra hard. New Game Plus tutorial also is the exact same movement, so only the combat's different.
Watch out, there's more ahead.
And sometimes there's a little different strategies because you can tank everything in story.
That's the way out.
And you can't do that in ultra hard. Now you have to wait for that completed main quest to appear before you can fast travel. And then you fast travel to this campfire. Then you call them out. That's Eclipse Base. That's why I split after the fast travel. And then you continue on. And you head over to Sunfall. The Mad King Duran Summer Palace.
Sunfall. The Mad King Duran Summer Palace. A bulwark of Carja
Okay, hop off your mount because it won't let you take it any further in here.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But
And
they
you
have
go
no
on up.
idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this Aloy.
That's what I'm
Bringing
hoping.
in these outlanders.
The sun.
Roll backwards, hop up here, hop
Now we
over.
get to see if your attack on their focus
Go.
network was entirely successful.
Sometimes you can get held up on the geometry and it won't let you roll, which is annoying.
Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you.
In which case you gotta jump. Usually it'll happen on little tiny outcroppings that are a little higher than Aloy is.
to make any sharks by standing out here.
I'll take the shark.
Skip that, head over here.
The balustrade.
Okay, now I usually try to get a little bit right of these things and roll. And then you head down here.
I say you've been here before.
And you press triangle and you wait. This is another point where you can refill ammo.
It's very important
But
that you hear
mine's
what
already
I'm about
full.
to say. I've shown you the way here, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Okay, skip the double cutscenes here, and you roll on.
To Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so certain?
Please take a seat and wait for your nickname to proceed into viewing room 1 for an important
And you watch this cutscene.
A holographic theater.
ZB01 data intact. Initiating playback.
That doesn't make sense.
And you have to wait here no matter what
Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
before you can open this door.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
You don't have to fight these guys, so we won't. You skip all
They got in.
this.
Through the vents.
Let nothing
You just go and you open the door,
Undetected.
Spread out!
and you get in immediately.
If it moves, kill it!
What is this?
Data intact. Initiating playback.
Skip this cutscene, and this door will open immediately.
Whole Earth destroyed.
Head over and straight forward.
Yes. By a machine.
Intruder!
You don't have to kill these guys, but you do because sometimes it can be annoying. It can get in your way when you're doing this. Alright, so normally you have to solve this one, then you solve this one, but we're going to skip all that. And only solve this one. So you go over here, you crouch, and you're going to hop onto this piece of stone. And you're going to press triangle, and it'll pick up the emitter, so you don't have to plug it in, and then it's down, left, up, right, down. Down, left, up, right, down. And then I restart from save, but if you're on PS4, it might be quicker to just roll over to the door. And now it's 0 dawn skip, so let me show you guys how you do this. So you don't have to fight any of these guys coming up. I'm gonna kill one of these guys with the bomb, so that doesn't screw me up. Okay, so you hop on this, and you're gonna hop on this pillar, you're gonna hop on here, hop up here, and then you're gonna hop over here. If you don't get it from there, you can also try it from here. It's hard to explain, it's just something you gotta practice. So I think you might actually be hopping onto this thing, and then hopping up. So it's a little bit more to the right.
Try to run.
And then sprint, and you jump on here. So let me try to do that again.
Farewell. You cannot hide from our wrath.
Sometimes that can happen too if you're jumping. You can accidentally hit the stalactites, and you won't get the height you need and the angle you need to get there.
You cannot.
I mean, I don't know why. It's a lot easier when you get it quickly, but this is a good way to practice. Just leave the one dude alive.
This is it for you.
Okay. I'll leave the one dude alive, and then you don't equip anything else in practice. Now this is the second pillar skip. Normally you continue along here, but you can run up here and jump onto this. Or you can use this side and hop on here and up. That's another one that's not exactly easy. Boom. And then once you get up here, you just roll through. But I'm gonna show the other way first once again. You run up here and you jump. Oop. You hop up here and you roll through. Once again, you aim to reduce stop the fall damage animation, so you hop through here instead of going around. Then you roll over here to Luthia. And then you can hop up to... Oops. You can hop up onto this this rock area, and then you can sprint across and jump. And that'll save you some time. And then continue forward. Now the big thing about this, about skipping that, is not only does it save time normally, because you don't have to, go the circuitous route. It also saves time because you can fast travel after this directly to Allmother, which saves a lot of time. So you skip through this, I split here, but then it's top right for the dialogue options after you skip this cutscene.
I kept in slow.
I get you didn't just.
No, it was that you can ever.
You're all. Hey, it does. Do you've.
You've and stay at home. After round, I will.
What?
You're in fact you're fucking.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons.
You want the behemoth to knock over 2 pillars. This is the way I do it, but there are a lot of ways to do it. You can watch different people speedrun and they'll have different ways. Just stay in here, you wait until this guy comes. I'll knock into one pillar, and then I go and I run to the other one. And I hide behind it. And then boom. Knocks out both pillars. And then you wait. This one's an unskippable cutscene. And you just take the Storm Slinger and you kill the behemoths really quickly.
Hey! Guess who got our weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it!
Skip that cutscene. Talk to Silence, choose the bottom left dialogue option.
Of course, if you not
You're...
stop, I'll be.
Wait.
Yes.
The tr...
When the I'll come in the meet.
You...
Want a payload for you? Yeah.
Okay, now you open up the map. Now normally, you'd have to fast travel to like here or something. You wouldn't be able to fast travel any closer over here, and you'd have to, you know, go with your mount, and it'd take a lot longer. But because we didn't kill those Eclipse, you can fast travel right here, right in front of Mother's Watch. Or you can, or Mother's Heart, or you can fast travel to Mother's Heart. Either way works. It saves you a ton of time on traveling, at least a minute plus. But because the quest hasn't progressed yet, you need to restart from save after you fast travel. And then it'll be like normal. You'll do the Heart of the Nora quest like normal. But you'll just be right here. See, completed main quest, reached to the Earth. All the Eclipse are here like normal. So that's another trick there, another skip. That one is a big time save, so that's an important one to learn for the run. If you can pull it off, it saves a ton of time. And on New Game Plus Store, you don't have to worry about dying, luckily. On New Game Plus Ultra Hard, it's a little tougher because you can, especially when you're first starting out, you can die pretty easily to the Behemoth and to the Eclipse Soldiers and all this other stuff. Okay, then you get this guy's attention. Cutscene will trigger, you turn around, you Storm Slinger him to death. This is a little slow. Okay, that's all of them. And you go and find Varl. He's over here. His position changes each time. Oh, what the heck? You go and talk to Varl. Bottom left dialogue option. And you head into... this guy's blocking the doorway. Sometimes that'll happen. Really annoying. You can't get through if there's an NPC in the doorway. Okay, and you continue along here. You want to head to the right side, so Ted, if you get close to him, will talk. But you want to rush to talk to him and say, hit. Hit. And it'll make them turn around quicker. So that's important. So hug the right side when you're coming over. Top right dialogue option, I believe. This one lesser known. And then skip this cutscene.
I see you're inside.
Figured I might
Open the door.
Shall we begin?
I never stopped.
Continue along. Keep on rolling until you get to the scanner.
Looks like I didn't like this guy very much.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized.
Greetings, Dr. Sophie.
Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed. Welcome to the Red Seal.
So, what was this place exactly?
The dream of Apollo.
Hop across, hop over the ridge, the ledge there, and then you scan this. Skip both cutscenes, roll backwards to the door. Roll twice, hop up here, and you climb out. Now you're not able to fast travel when you're inside of the heart of the mountain, so you have to wait until you can get outside. So you have to roll all the way outside before you can fast travel.
machine that stands against her.
Can't roll over that one. And then outside here, and then you can fast travel up here to this campfire. Then you call another mount. And you head over here. Oopsie daisies. Now there is a quicker way to get to Pitchcliff than what I'm gonna do. It'll save you a few seconds. Not a huge time save, but a time save nonetheless. In order to find, I don't know the route yet. You will have to look at Elk's most recent world record if you want to see what he does. I'm pretty sure you cross here though. Let me see if I got it right. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Alright, cross here, keep on going. Alright, never mind, this is the way, the quickest way we know of right now. Now the important thing about going this way, which is a little, it's not entirely direct, right? It's a little out of the way. The important thing about it is you'll discover this campfire that is closer to Gaia Prime, which is our next area, than you would elsewise. So that saves us a lot of time after the Borderlands split. So you follow this path. Then you take a left at this intersection here. See, it's this campfire. It's the one that you discovered that you'll fast travel to after Borderlands that saves you time. Now you head up to Pitchcliff. Now after you cross the bridge, you head up towards this right-hand section like I do until the quest icon appears that says you're approaching Pitchcliff or you're in Pitchcliff. And then you restart from save. Boom. You go to Pitchcliff. That appears, restart from save. You'll still be on your mount after, so you gotta hop off. And then go up to the marketplace where you will
Murad's agent should be at the moment.
meet Aaron, and then you hop on this thing of fruits and you hop onto this thing of rocks. So I'll slow it down. This thing of fruits, this thing of rocks, and then you hop up and over. Boom. Quickest way to get to this guy is a dead agent, and then you keep on going. And you hop out of here, you roll out, and you hop on this map. Which is left in a very convenient place. Then you cross these like tree stumps, and you get onto this path. Take the left split here. Now, you do have to worry about getting knocked off your mount by machines here. See all these Ravagers. A lot of times it'll be snap bombs, which are also annoying. Okay, so far so good. And then you switch to your arrows. Because doing Borderlands with arrows is quicker than anything else. Stormslinger is generally quicker on humans when they're all grouped up together. Arrows are quicker when they're spread apart, like at the Proving or in Borderlands, on story. In Ultra Hard, it's a different ballgame. You use Stormslinger, but not nearly as much. Oh god. Alright. There are quicker ways for the mount to get up to this Borderlands other than I just did. Not the greatest. Okay, then you just roll forward. Shoot this guy. Shoot this guy. This guy. Shoot this dude. Go over here. Shoot this person who's over here. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Shoot this guy, shoot that guy, shoot that guy. Shoot that dude, shoot that dude. Boom. Very quick, great.
Don't let it end like this.
And that's all. Then you load up the triple shot. That was actually really quick. Go over here. Trigger this.
Ursa must be in there.
Shoot the dude.
We have to get through.
There must be a way
Needs to kill him because this is story. I have the best weapon in the game. And you move that. Skip this cutscene. Roll back. All you have to do is examine this notebook. You don't have to do anything else. Just examine that notebook. Then you talk to Aaron. Next to dead Ursa. Then you fast travel out. And that's Borderlands. You call him out. Sometimes you might have to call him multiple times if you want him to show up. Here we go. Then you continue on this path. And you head to Gaia Prime. And you follow the path for a while. Trampling in the middle of the path, that's not fun. Alright, got around him. That's like some of, there's RNG, but that's some of the only like RNG that I found in this run that really cuts you time loss in story. Is generally the, there can be machines who knock you off or machines who spawn right in the middle. So instead of going along the path here, you go a little bit up and to the left. You hop across that little river, or stream really. And you do the same over here, across the path. Now you follow the path all the way up. Okay, so normally here you would climb. You would climb over here, but you're not going to do that. So you're going to go over here to the left. So you take a left at this broken tree. And you hop off right here. There's this other tree near here, and this is where you're going to hop up.
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
Okay, so you hop up here. Okay, now I'm on this little ledge. So I'm going to do that one more time. Okay, now you're going to run and hop over here and hop up here. Now you're going to hop over here and up here. Oops, screwed that up slightly. Okay, let me do that one more time. Because you're back up here. Oop. I'm going to hop up here and over there. Okay, now you're going to hop up here and up onto that ledge. And the important thing is usually you want to aim for this crack here. Okay, I'm going to do that one more time. Oops. Come on now. Okay, there we go. Now you want to be on the right side of this.
Watchers on the other side.
I'm going to hop up here and then over there. That one I'm not going to do twice because it's hard to get back. Okay, now you're up here. Now you're going to go up here. And it's quicker to sprint jump up this section of it because it's so steep. You'll find that with really steep stuff. Oops, where am I headed? Over here. Okay, and then you hop on here. Hop on here. Here and up here. So let me do that again. Okay, this is one more time. This is another one that it's helpful to practice. You can also watch a full run. Almost any of the fast runs use this method to do it. And it'll do it all cohesively together consecutively. And unlike what I'm doing, which is doing it multiple times to show you guys how to Ooh, excuse me, how to do it. Okay, hop up here. Go around the curve. Boom. And you head forward. And then you find this little patch of hiding grass. The weather or the light changes, so it becomes really dark. And the big thing about this, the Stormbird doesn't spawn, so you don't have to worry about that. And you can call your mount. Pretty easily. Then you just hop on your mount and you head off your merry way. And that's how you get up to Gaia Prime. Okay. Skip that cutscene and you head on.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Oops.
Since when were machines any
Grab onto
obstacle
this
for you?
ledge, handhold.
If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with a climbing path either.
And instead of climbing, which is slow, relatively slow here, what you can do is you're gonna hop onto this ledge and then up top. Oop. Okay, let me do that one more time. Okay, this ledge and this ledge, then this ledge. It's 3 ledges. Boom. Then you run up to this snow hop, this like little piece of snow. You get up to the top of it, and then you hop to the right to hop onto there. Okay, then you climb up, and you talk to Silence, and choose the bottom left dialogue option. And you activate the scan, and you continue on. Here you can just fall straight down.
Mind your footing.
A little quicker. Here, instead of rappelling down, you just roll.
That's my way across.
And then you run, hop, hop again, and it prevents you from having to grab onto anything. Another quicker movement option there. A lot of these little movement options that are quicker add up over the course of a run big time. Then you hop over here, climb up here, and you're almost to Dr. Sobek's office.
Must have been where they lived. What's left of it? Once this was...
Climb up the stairs, and then you're going to skip the 3 cutscenes that happen in Dr. Sobek's office. And you're going to continue on to the hologram presentation of her passing.
The focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is.
And you activate this.
tiny and
Okay. So when you activate this is Gaia Prime Skip here. You run backwards,
Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the
and you
future.
retrace your steps. And you want to do this as quickly as you can. It'll give you more time to execute the skip. So right now I'm just retracing my steps from which I came. Now here's one section where a lot of people die. There's this little outcropping here. And if you just run and try to sprint, a lot of times it can mess you up. So usually I hop on top of it. So I make sure I'm on top of it, and then I jog forward, and I sprint, and I jump. And so I grab that. Now, important to note, I don't sprint all the way. If you hold all the way in, you'll end up on the ridge on the other side. Without grabbing onto the bar, you'll jump too far. So here I'm just retracing my steps. And that can kill you too. So that is a little bit of a hard jump. Now over here, I head up to the left. I hop onto here, and I hop onto this. Okay, now, this is the crux of the skip. This is the hardest part, the important part. So you hop onto this little section until you're standing still. Then you're gonna sprint jump onto this, and you have to go further out to the right than you think. Boom. Okay, let me do it one more time. Okay, then you jump onto this rock right here, and you hop up there. This is called the Maren way of doing it. It is way easier than any other way of doing it, so when you're first starting out, I definitely recommend you do it. Hell, I recommend you always do it that way. It's just so much easier. Named after Maren, the person who discovered it. Okay, so the point of this is you're triggering this other, you know, the real Ted Farrell's a dick cutscene. Like an extra special dick over here.
When I
Skip
opened the
that
hatch,
and you activate
the
this.
air rushed in
Now if
from
you do
this
that
side.
before that view the hologram from the first one crosses out, then you can skip all the climbing. So I'll show you what happens. Now you wait and you look at that the quest in the top left, the view the hologram, the mountain that fell. Once that crosses out, you restart from save and you talk to Silence. Then you restart from save again and it'll take you right back here. And it'll skip all that climbing and it saves you 45 seconds at least, maybe a minute. It's a big time save, so it's an important skip in the run. So boom, you restart from save. Wait a second. Go and talk to Silence. Oh, top right dialogue option. Once you're done talking to Silence, you just restart from save. And then it'll take you right back to the start of Ted Farrell's speech. And it saves a lot of time.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance.
This is another one where you can reload.
What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel.
Alright, I'm going to take a break for a second and come back because this cutscene's long enough to do that.
Okay.
So you can just fast forward through it. Nothing happens.
This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted, we've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
It doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
Sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice, it's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard! Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Venting atmosphere.
Alright, I'm back. This is another, like, this cutscene after you restart from save is a great opportunity to take another break if you need to. Refill your water, go to the restroom, and then you can talk to Silence. Hello, Silence? This one you just skip through talking. Grab the master override and you head back. And you're gonna go talk to Silence. You hop out here, you hop on that. Make sure you don't fall to your death like Silence tells you not to. And you hop over here. Climb up, talk to Silence. It's the bottom left dialogue option. Skip a cutscene. Grab a spear, attach the master override to it, and then fast travel out. Dialogue. And when you're fast traveling out, you gotta remember that you have to go up on the map. So see, I have to go up one to get there, instead of down like you might on other ones. And you fast travel back to Meridian. Okay. So, here we go. Then you keep on going forward, and once this Palace of the Sun crosses out, the quest advances, which will happen right when you get to this group of soldiers here on the right. Then you restart from save. And that'll teleport you all the way to go talk to Avad. So you roll back after you roll straight back after you, and then you talk to him.
I'll meet
Aaron, take ours.
This dialogue option doesn't matter, any of them, but...
We will.
And then you fast travel to this campfire, not to Meridian. Then you go over here. Go up these stairs. That can happen again when you get stuck like that. You follow the way I'm going, and a cutscene will play when you get close enough. Now there is something called Blaze Skip here, which I'm gonna try to demonstrate for you guys.
Is it a bomb?
You hop over here and you hop up
big enough to kill us.
All right.
until you get to this wooden bracket, and then you try to
It looks like a
get this wooden bracket unlocked. You have to mash triangle, and then you try to get this one. So let me try that again. Let me show it to you guys one more time. This is really hard to get. This is not consistent at all, even for the best runners.
It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong.
So I didn't get it, but if you don't get it, you have to wait,
That's a lot of blades.
and then you can press triangle. But if you do get it, you can get instantaneous. It'll shove the blaze out, and the cutscene will trigger.
Just what Dervahl promised.
It saves you 15 seconds-ish,
Dark in the
but
sun. As the city goes up in flames, there's got to be a way to
maybe
stop
even
it.
more, maybe 20 seconds. But it's very inconsistent, so definitely able to be gotten, but it's not like a thing you should expect in a run. And then you head over to, head back and you head over to this household. And this is nearing the end of the run now.
There's smoke rising from the edge of the mesa. The tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts. This must be where Dervahl assembled. But Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
Head down here, it'll trigger a cutscene, then you turn back over, and you hop onto this rock, or sorry, this rock, and up here. Then you continue along until you hop down. You can fall and die there if you don't do that correctly, if you don't do the falling down part correctly. Then you grab the zip line.
Wish I could be there to see this.
So they woke up.
And then you disable the sound thing, and then you just want to slinger everybody and everything. You can shoot the other guys with arrows if you want. Oh, shoot. Get this. Get the clothes goods.
Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
Where the hell is
I hope you like fighting these things.
And that's all of them.
Because there's more on the way.
Dervahl, that was actually pretty quick. You go and talk to Aaron.
Aloy, if you would budge.
Bottom left option.
Yeah.
And then you go and talk to Avad, and it's top right, then right.
Aloy, it's
Or it's just right. Or maybe.
Aloy, please.
It might be bottom left. I don't know the correct dialogue option there for the quickest way, actually. Okay, now you go and you talk to Blameless Maraude, and this is another section where you can reload when he's talking to the soldiers about, do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Panic quietly does it.
Panic in the city will only create another enemy.
And then I'm on my ice
Do
trail.
keep me appraised of each
And then you
new
talk
arrival.
to Blameless Maraude, bottom left, dialogue option. Then you fast travel back to Meridian, the city. Oh my god. Then you follow the same route to get to Owen's house you did at the beginning of the game.
Owen's apartment feels empty.
Then it's left, and then you skip through cutscenes.
Did I leave anything unfinished?
And I split here, but you can split wherever. Then there's this long unskippable cutscene with the legendary running joke in the speedrunning community here that when Helis appears and jumps down, you can see up his skirt. So, Helis upskirt. We always call this section the upskirt section. And then you fight Helis. And I generally use Ice Rail, and if you shoot him in the head with Ice Rail once on story, he'll die. The only problem is sometimes you have to roll up there to get close to him and shoot him in the head. You can shoot him from down below, but it's a little hard to do.
Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do what she says!
Set loaded!
All of you, be ready to fire! Will the guns hold them back?
Okay, here we go.
No.
That was the upskirt
Rise
section right
Vanguard.
there.
Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns.
He will cut you down!
Not this
Not
time.
this time.
If you speedrun this game enough, you memorize all the lines of dialogue that you have to listen to.
You have fixed.
Okay, so you can try to shoot him from down here. Some people hop on top of this ledge. Oh. Do it like that. Choose one of the dialogue options, any of them. There's two ways to do this. So there's technically a way to kill yourself by jumping off, restart from save, and you'll teleport down. But that was not it. It's a very specific jump, and you have to practice it a lot. Not something I can easily show you. So let me try one more time. I'll see if this works. And it's quicker if you get the right restart from save. It's quicker. Nope. All right. The other way to do it is you hop on top of this, jump out, and then to the left. Out first, and then to the left second. You ride this down for a while. You select the, and you're aiming for these cameras. So you see what I'm hovering over right now? That is a camera. If you shoot that, it'll one-shot kill them with the right ice rail.
Where do you need me?
So I'll slow down again on another one next time there's a camera. Oh, what the heck? I messed up. Yeah. So you shoot these guys with the ice rail. It'll one-shot. It should one-shot kill both of them. You turn around and you shoot this thing. So you see what I'm focusing over? That's its camera. Boom, it's dead. Switch over to this guy, Stormslinger, and you Stormsling all these dudes. Then boom, they're all dead. Then you turn around and you Stormsling these guys.
Look to the west!
Oh shoot.
No signs! A wall in the attack! Lower your arms! But beware!
Refill.
Chance to catch a
reload, and then you head over here to the right, because all the rest of them spawn over to the right. None of them spawn to the left. You don't use the cannon at all. And you wait over here, because the next Deathbringer will spawn right near here. And I'll slow down again to show you guys the camera. Alright, you see what I'm hovering over? That's its camera. Boom. One shot KO. Then you head over here and you kill these dudes. Oh my god. Now there's Glenhawks which you have to kill. Okay, good. Now there's another one. Shoot that guy. Oh, what the heck? Shoot these dudes. And now you wait for the Stormbird to appear. And then you just let her rip. Boom. And that's rich defense. Way quicker than taking up the cannon and killing them.
Aloy! 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 My own mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
The others, are they?
No, wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going. They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Teb. I've gotta go.
Okay. Now you head off. Get the mount call ready. Switch over to your ice rail because you're going to shoot some more cameras. So for the final Deathbringer fight, you want to shoot the 2 cameras in quick succession, but you can only shoot the cameras when the Deathbringer starts to move. If you do it before that, then it's invincible for that little bit before it starts to move. There's a tight window you get there. And if you do it too late, then the Deathbringer will start shooting you with rockets, which will knock you out of the ice rail animation, which really slows you down. Okay, so you roll here, you start swimming, and then once you get about halfway across, you look down at the water, and you call them out. And then you hop on them out, and then you head up. So once again, I'm going to shoot the 2 cameras on the final Deathbringer for Hades, but I'm going to do it after it started moving. And then I'm going to restart from save after I've killed the Deathbringer.
They must have gotten through the defenses.
So now you head up, you hop off the mount when you get to these wooden slots. You hop across the wood. Now you're going to hop onto this pillar, hop onto the middle one, so no climbing.
Gotta keep going.
Yeah, that was... You can do it without climbing at all, but that's the general idea.
Easy.
You can die there, though, and that will lose you a ton of time, like a minute plus. If you fall there, you die, so good to be careful. If you feel like climbing's safer, then, especially when you're first starting out, not a bad idea. Here, you skip the dialogue, and you restart from save. And it'll teleport you, so you don't have to climb here either. It'll teleport you up to the top. Then you roll in, skip this cutscene, now you can one of them do it. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart from save so I can show you guys better. You shoot 2 cameras and it'll die. Okay. See, wait until it starts moving. Now with 1 camera. Oh shoot! Come on, guys. All right, one more try. One more try. Wow, that was great. Yeah, whatever, fuck it. Then the second camera, it dies, you restart from save. You can do it where it won't hit you with the missiles, but... And once you restart from save, you'll be put right in front of Hades, and timing starts when you press the triangle to purge Hades. So I would stop it right now. And that's the entire run. So I'm going to skip this. I quit out because I don't want to overwrite my New Game Plus save file. But when you're first starting to run, I suggest you do just skip through all this. You make a new Game, you know, it makes a New Game Plus save file for you. You go, you play through the Frozen Wilds. I have a tutorial on speedrun.com for how to do the Frozen Wilds New Game Plus story. And then you accumulate the coils you need so you can do the run as quickly as possible. Alright, that's how you speedrun Horizon Zero Dawn on New Game Plus story.